Here's how you update the masthead in your website from the drawing that you did this morning. Here's my drawing. It's in my Google Drive. This is my Google Sites, and this is what the Google site currently looks like. This masthead up here is one of the selections that you get when you first start creating your site. So if I want to change the image, I'm going to select the image. You can choose one of these. These are all of the templates that come with your Google site, but I'm going to go to my Google Drive. I'm going to click on Recent. And then I've just saved this as Masthead 1. This is the drawing that I did in an earlier video. So notice this little thing in the corner over here where it says Adjust for Readability. Since the text in here is black, if I click on this, Adjust for Readability, it's going to make the background a little bit smaller. But if you notice also, this background doesn't quite fit. You can just barely see the crop marks. So the edge of this graphic should be here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to click plus. We're going to type in Photopia, photopia.com. File, open. This is in my Documents folder on my desktop on my PC in a folder called Websites. Notice how I put 2 underscores and a couple of zeros? That's because I don't want to have to scroll all the way to the bottom. I do this so that whatever I'm working on at the moment comes to the top of my search. So I'm going to double click this. I'm going to select everything on the screen by doing Select All. And I'm going to copy this by doing Edit, Copy, or Control C. Anytime you see these on the side over here, you can start to learn keyboard shortcuts. So I'm going to click Control C. That's copied everything that's on the screen. I'm going to go to Image, Canvas Size, and I want my canvas size to be what it is in Google Sites. I've written the numbers down. It's 1920. 1920. I'm going to click this Keep Aspect Ratio. I'm going to click this chain. 1920 by 510. It's not letting me do that. I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to do File, New. Call this Masthead. I'm going to change my pixels here to 1920 by 510. And I'm going to make this 96 pixels per inch. We'll talk about pixels later. So I've got Masthead 01. It's 1920 pixels wide and 510 pixels high by 96 dpi. And I'm going to make my background transparent and click Create. So this is the size. You can always, whenever you see these gray boxes in this checkerboard pattern, that means that the background is transparent. So now I'm just going to go edit, paste. Now you'll notice, I'm going to zoom out a little bit by holding the control key down and tapping the minus key or the hyphen, which is right above the letter P on your keyboard. Then I'm going to hold the control key down and the alt key and tap the letter T. But the layer is locked. So let me unlock the layer by clicking this lock over here. This, after doing Control Alt T, shows me the edges of this particular drawing that I just pasted out of this other, out of here. So I copied it from here and I pasted it in here. So now I can move this around. Oh, let's paste it again. This shows my drawing that I just pasted in. I'm going to hold the shift key down and reduce this drawing down so that I can see more of it, right up to the edge of where I did my crop marks when I was drawing it on paper. So I'm going to put it right up next to the edge here and double click. I currently have layers over here, but I just want it to be flat. So I'm going to go to layer, go down to the bottom and say flatten. Watch what happens over here when I click flatten. So now there's no longer any layers. I'm going to go File, Export as JPEG, and I see that my size has changed. So I'm going to change this to 1920. .510 and click Save. Now I already have this drawing in here, so I'm going to call this Masthead 1B. This is my original drawing. I don't want to destroy that in case this doesn't work out exactly right. I'm going to click Save. Then I'm going to go back to my website by clicking this tab up here, change image, and this time I'm going to upload it because this is in my downloads folder, my websites folder. So it automatically saved it in the last place that I opened, so that's nice. So I can go upload, Masthead 1B, and notice how now it's larger. I'm going to publish this. Click publish again up here in the top. This shows you the previous one, and then over here it shows you the new one. Then I'm going to click publish. And down at the bottom you'll see a box pop up. I want to click view. This will show me what the website looks like with all of the changes on it. So this is just a placeholder at the moment. One other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this box off by hitting the trash can up here. You just click on it one time, hit the trash can. Since I have this on here, I'm also going to click and delete this text over here. And then just click anywhere else to click away from it. So now when I publish it, and click view, it has just my drawing in the top. So anything that you change in here, whenever you're updating your website, is going to automatically change on your website after you publish it. So one other thing I want you to do for today's lesson, I want you to copy your website address and send it to me. Now here's something very important that I want you to always remember. Whenever I ask you to give me your website, if you see the tools over here, that means you're in edit mode. We want to be in preview mode, or what's live on the web. So I'm going to click over here. Notice how there's no tools. So I can click one time here, copy this, and then when you go into your Google Classroom, it's going to look different on yours because this is the teacher's version. You can do edit. On yours, you'll see over here on the right-hand side, it'll say add, and then you can add the link. Now on mine, this is going to actually show up on yours, so you can actually see what mine looks like. A student is kind of a joke. I use that every time I want you to name something, your first initial and last name. I used two O's here because someone else already has astudent.com with a U. I actually got the one astudent.com, but it just goes to this website. So that's how you upload it. If I can get access to a student ID and password, I can show you what it looks like from a student's view, but that's how you turn in this assignment for today. And every time I have you update this, I'll have you copy and paste into the current Google Classroom assignment which assignment or which update you'll have.